everyone, welcome to part 2 of letting go of our limiting beliefs. Today we're going to be discussing the other two steps of just understanding our limiting beliefs better so that we can uproot them. The third step to letting go of our limiting beliefs is getting to the root of them. So we have them, but we have them for a reason. And understanding this reason is going to give us some sort of direction and clarity on why we have these limiting beliefs, and how we can uproot them. So, getting to the root means understanding that the majority of our conditioning has happened throughout childhood. I'd say about 95% of it's already done in the past, in your years when you're growing up. We're carrying all of the messages that were said to us whilst we were growing up between the ages of 0 to 6 till today. So someone who probably, like, maybe you were called stupid, or for me, like, I kind of always felt that I was not good enough. That most people struggle with not feeling good enough is, I think, at the root of most of our limiting beliefs. So we talk about being conditioned, right? And what this conditioning is, it's essentially the messages, experiences that your caregivers have given you throughout the years of growing up. When you were a child, you had no sense of self. All you knew about yourself was through your parents. So basically, you didn't understand who you were. What you were seeing mirrors in all of your caregivers, and whatever they were saying to you, you would accept as that being your sense of self. So the way they spoke to you, the way they made you feel, the way they showed their affection or disappointment in you shaped the way you are today. If you've already worked on your exercise in part 1, you will be able to trace back some of um, the things that you're holding to something in the past. So see if you can identify your self-doubt patterns against an experience of yours in the past. If you can't, that's all right. This is a process that needs awareness. Once you have posed a question to your subconscious mind, it will give you the answers in time. Trust me, this has happened to me a couple of times, where, like, sometimes where I just desperately needed answers to, like, what I'm supposed to be doing in life, and all I had to do was shift my mindset from cribbing about not knowing to just asking my subconscious mind for answers, and basically receiving them after a certain point of time. Here are some examples. Always being criticized, not being appreciated in your childhood may cause the feelings of not being good enough or confident in one's capabilities. Always being compared to a sibling or to the relatives' kids, very prominent in India, may also cause similar emotions and feelings of unworthiness. So see how you feel. Honestly, go into the feelings. Now that you have your list of self-doubt patterns, how do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about yourself in all of these situations? Is going to help you to get to the root of an experience in your childhood. So dig deeper, become aware of your daily actions and feelings, and see how they tie in with your childhood. Okay? So once you have tied it down to an experience in the past, you will be able to understand that majority of it was not you. It was just your caregivers, your parents around you, projecting their insecurities, their traumas on you, with by no fault of yours. So once you have another perspective on this entire situation, you can kind of separate yourself from that experience and then begin the next step, which is reframing. So now that you have a logical reasoning as to why this is happening to you, like why do you feel these emotions, you can stop blaming yourself. You can stop identifying with this programming because it's not you. Reframe your self-doubt patterns to another perspective. Write in a reason for why this change is necessary to. It's really going to help, because Once everything is put down on paper and you can really see why holding on to this belief is doing more harm than good, and why holding on to this belief is just not necessary at all, it will just make it more simpler. I don't want to say easier, because everyone has their own um, set of traumas and bad experiences that they might have gone through, which have resulted in the limiting beliefs. So this process is a long one, and although I make it a step-by-step process, you might need to add some steps of your own in between. Understand that self development, personal development, healing yourself is a very personal process, and no amount of frameworks and step by step processes can help you until you put yourself in it and see what you need at different points in time. Okay, you might need to seek help from a professional, and that's completely okay. I do that too, and that just benefits and enhances the entire experience to another level. Having another person reframe your self doubts to another perspective. Sorry, I said that. So, my reframing process starts by acceptance. So, I will say, so to my self doubt pattern, I will say, true, but I will be looking at my demon in the face and battling it head on. I have set my intention to be hyper aware of all the moments that I feel this lack of self confidence and just battle it out head on. Try my best to just get through it in the moment and slowly build on that success feeling. So you can frame your reframing in this way. Have one step of acceptance, have one step of why you're holding on to this, what happened in the past that made you hold on to this, that made you believe this, why it's not true right now, why it's only something that you have been carrying on from the past, and then your new belief. Okay, and your new belief doesn't have to be something like, oh, now I'm a confident person, now I feel like I'm good enough. Your new reframed belief can just be, sorry, your new reframed belief can just be, yes, I know, I accept, and I'm working on this. Okay, the next time something happens that triggers me, I will be doing this, so and so. Another example that I want to give you is, I had a self-doubt pattern that I don't know what the next step is going to be. Say, true, I don't have all the puzzles in one piece, but I don't think anyone else does. I will just do what I feel like on days and see where that takes me. Set my goal of becoming self-confident. That's the goal, and that's where the universe is going to lead me in its way. I'm seeking and accepting guidance from the universe. I'm not on my own, and that feeling makes me relieved. I will trust that I'm constantly guided, protected, and loved. So instead of just shifting to a new belief, just reframe it to your action steps on what you're going to do the next time that you're faced with the situation. My 4-step process to handling limiting beliefs and eventually letting them go. I'm just going to give you a quick reminder that every time you have this self-doubt pattern come up, remember the reframed version of it. Okay, this is your responsibility to become aware of these patterns and reframe them in the moment. Say it with love. This will shift the way you look at yourself. And really, you got to visualize. It's the best thing ever to help your whole body, your subconscious mind, and your conscious mind to get used to this new way of living. Your mind does not know what's imagined and what's real, so by visualizing repeatedly the ideal version of yourself, your biology will shift to match what you're thinking. Your exercise, as I've mentioned, is to reframe your belief, get to the root of it, get the root of your self-doubt pattern. And this can just be done. One simple tool to get to the root is keep asking yourself, why do I believe this? You got an answer? Question that. Why do I believe this? And take it back to the root. And once you're actually at the root, you will already feel like a sense of relief. You'll have like that aha moment where you're like, oh, so this is why it happened. And then you go on and reframe it. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you all the best in letting go your limiting beliefs and working through them. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.